What's going on, guys? Today I wanted to kind of go over something that I've had a problem with in my truck from pretty much day one. It hasn't really been a problem until recently. It's gotten really bad, and what it is the transmission fails to engage properly in park, and sometimes it will not go into reverse. It'll give me a message on the cluster that says range shift inhibited. The problem that I've had, I think we've traced to a cable, but the cable between the shift lever and the transmission. It's really not a bad part. It's about $100. Should be pretty simple to change. I'm going to change it in this video, so stay tuned. I've never seen any videos of it on an Allison. I found some videos of 1500s. I'm hoping they work the same way, but we will definitely find out. So first I'm going to try to show you what the problem I've been having is. Alright, so if you see here, I'm in park. Alright, so I can pull my lever, my shift lever, down to where it stops for drive, and of course it won't do it. Oops. There it is. So that's where it stops for drive. So there's a hook there, and as you can see, the little light right there for drive has gone away, but I can take this and I can wiggle it up just a little bit, and you can see it engage. Push it back down, it goes away. Manual's not in the right place. Manual should be right there on that hook, and it's not. It's kind of down here, and on the what I assume is the first gear hookup, and then it kind of goes too far, so I'm not sure what to make of that one. It's all been kind of funky. So what I can do is, let me try to see if it can do it. If I back up, there it went. I don't know if you could hear that, but when I go into reverse, sometimes you can hear that pin in the transmission not engaging properly. Like I said, this hasn't really been a big problem until fairly recently. It started getting to where it'll do this like every time. Of course, now that I'm recording it, it's not doing it right. And I've been getting really bad where it won't go into reverse. Being in park, it'll just say range shift inhibited, or I'll have it. I'll drive and I'll park on a very level surface where the truck can't roll, and I'll put it in park and it won't engage at all. It'll just sit there. I guess in reverse, because the reverse lights are on, but there's no power to the truck. So the transmission's not in reverse, but the cluster thinks it's in reverse, so therefore the lights are on, the doors don't unlock and things like that. And it'll still roll, but it won't engage. So I'm going to change this cable and hope that it makes things better. So for right now, let me show you the parts that I've got. Alright, like I said, I think I ordered this part from Advanced Auto Parts, and I ordered it online and using Honey, which this is not sponsored by them, but Honey found me a 25% off coupon, so thanks for that, and used that, and it was only like $114. I don't know, it wasn't, as far as Duramax parts go, it's not that expensive, but it came to me in a massive Advanced Auto Parts box. I mean, that thing was huge, and inside it was this box. This is an ATP Automotive cable. So, like I said, this is the part that we took it to one of our good friends who owns a shop, and he looked at it and he thought this is kind of what was wrong with it, and so we're going to see if this actually fixes it. We open up the box, and it should be, yep, it's a two-piece cable. So, and instructions. Let's see what we got here. So, if you look here, I don't know if you can see well, we got instructions talking about how to clip it together. I'm gonna let them fly away. They're a two-piece cable. Yeah. So they go together. So we'll figure out more on those when we actually go to install it. As far as the cable itself, this is what it looks like. You got to be careful, because if you've got a 6-liter truck, this cable is different. It's shorter, I think. This is going to be the side that goes to the transmission. That should hook right into it, and then it'll roll under here. This piece right here will go through the floor, and this is where that two-piece design works out, and this should be what goes to our shift linkage. So for now, let's throw it in the truck and see what happens. Alright guys, so we're underneath the truck now, and as you can see, there is that transmission pan that says Allison. Front of the truck is right there. If you look right here on the left side of the transmission, there's the cable that we're going to change. So if you look, it runs back here, so it's right there, and it runs back here to the transfer case and up, and goes over this frame rail right here, sorry, hard to see under here, and then up into the cab. Now if you look, that's our little two-piece connector. That's where the two sides of this cable are going to come together. This should slide off like that, and then this is the locking ring right here, and you just take a screwdriver, I think, and just pop that up on both sides, and it should, if I understand correctly, just kind of come apart. You also got to remember this is a 300,000 mile truck, and things don't always come apart easily. Ah, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh shit. All right, well, you got to see stupidity in action. Engage your parking brake before starting. That's why it wouldn't come apart. Especially if you're laying in front of a wheel. Okay, well, now that we got it apart, let's see. All right, when you finally get this piece right here apart, you got this cable in here, and if you look, there's a little copper retaining ring, I think, that has to come off. So should be able to just reach in there and grab this thing and yank it out, but my needle nose pliers are just too big. There it was. I got it. Ah, there you go. Just like that. So there's that little clip that I had to get out. It just slides in there and locks the cable in place. Just pulls out from the bottom. All right, so we're gonna crawl under here. Oh, and this may be really hard for you to see, but that's your transmission cable right there. It goes up. Don't mind all these wires. I've got a billion things running to the top. And oh, I forgot. You got to take this panel off to get to it. So let's get that done real quick. Better to get those off too. Okay, so I lied on this one. There actually is there's actually two Phillips head screws on mine. One right there, the other right there. So we gotta get those out of the way. Alright, so normally you would do that and this panel would just fall out of the way, but because mine has that trailer brake controller tied in hardwired. It can't do that. All right, from there you have to take this piece off. There's just 4 nuts right there. I think they're 10 millimeters. Let me see. Yeah, so they're 4 10 millimeters. All right, once you got those 4 out, this should come right off. Now be careful with this. This is stamped steel, so it's very sharp. Don't cut your hands. Probably something I'm gonna end up doing before this is over with, but that's all right. Okay, so from here, you got this piece right here. This is your lever connected to your shift lever. So this is the cable right here that we're trying to change. It's just connected right onto there. There it went. Yeah, you just pop it off. All right, once you got that done, now keep in mind how this thing is routed in here. So it goes up, you got to see that it's up over the column and comes up right through here. Now there's this bracket right here you got to take it off of. I'm not sure, does the new one come with that? Yeah, so the new one comes with a new one right there. It just slides into that bracket, I suppose. You got to take your screwdriver and pull that clip out, and don't lose it because I think we're going to have to use it again. And you take and you push. There's 2 tabs on it, and just take and push them. Should be able to do it one at a time. When you get it, should just push right on through. So you can just take the bottom of the cable here. You should. Oh wait, there's one more hook back here. All right, so I figured out what my problem was. If you look, let's see, right there, that nut that you can see, on the back side of this is a cable support. Just this little wire doohickey that's back there. I'm thinking that's another 10 millimeter, but you got to take that nut off to get the cable to turn free. Oh, I lied. Sorry. You have to get the bolt side of it. You don't take a nut off, you take the bolt itself off. Okay, sorry I couldn't record much of that. It's a pain in the butt to get in there by yourself without a camera. But I got it out. This thing slides in and out, obviously, to work your transmission cable. I didn't do this, but what I would do is take like some electrical tape or something and tape that so it can't move, because having that shorter definitely makes it a lot easier to get out of that tight space. All right, one more thing. Once you get through that, you basically just push it out through this hole, or you can pull it out from the top side, but I mean from the bottom side, but since I'm here. All right, so that takes care of the top. So now we're gonna crawl under here. There's the old cable we don't need anymore. And we're gonna work on this side of it. Now, first things first, we gotta get it off the transmission. Now, I believe it's the same type of connection that was on under the dash. Just take a flathead screwdriver, just pry it behind it, I think. Which is harder than it looks because this thing is, oh, there it went. Just pry that off. There's also a very, very nasty connector right here. I don't know if you can see it that well. Oh, same deal. There's a little hook there. It's just covered in crud. All right. Once again, retain that for future use, because I don't think they send you a new one. And I'm guessing this one pops off just like the one under the dash. Okay, so once again, make note of the routing. Goes right here to this. There's a little thing right there that you can pull out, and then there's one more right here, and voila, it is out. So I'm gonna pull this one out and put the new one in. All right, so I think I got that bracket back tight. It's really weird because the cable goes up into the bracket and then kind of goes around behind it, and then it's straight into the steering shaft here, or into the the steering column here. So I got that back in. We're gonna have to take these things, and it just slides right in there so that it can't back out, just like that. And then we can button this back up. But before we do that, I'm gonna do the bottom half of it. As far as routing this goes, my floorboard is kind of like gone, but that's all right. I'm gonna take this, throw all the tools out of the way, and jam it down through that hole, and put the grommet in place. It seals pretty good. I don't know what just hit, but something did. So we'll get that all squared away in a minute. All right, for now we're gonna go into the truck and get the rest of it. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna just route it down here for right now. And I'm going to clip it in place here, if I can. Once again, there's so much crud on here, it's a pain. And then I'm gonna hook that up like so. Well, same deal with this one. Just take this clip right here that I lost but have now found, and if I can get here, take and push it right in there like that, and it locks. From there, we're gonna go here to the transfer case, and as you recall, this one was put in right there, just like that, and then it was routed up over the frame prior to that cab mount anyway, and came. Okay, so I think I figured out where I goofed. The system kind of self adjusts, so it has a it has an automatic adjustment, which is that spring tension on here. Now, what I accidentally did, which was stupid, I didn't understand what I was doing, I guess, is I pushed together and then tried to put the locking thing in place, and that is not how this is designed to work. To finish this up, you just got to put everything back together. So the 4 nuts that go on this thing, and then this piece and the front trim, and you're done.